Fight the Dragon is developed and self-published by 3 Sprockets, previously known for Cubemen and Cubemen 2. It's a hack-and-slash dungeon crawler with light RPG elements, very similar to Gauntlet. It won Game Developers Conference Best in Play 2014, supports cross-platform multiplayer, local and internet co-op, and single-player. It also comes with a level editor, achievements, Steam trading cards, Steam Workshop functionality, and leaderboards. But most of all, it's only an alpha. Graphically, you can't change much, and the controls are a bit wonky at times. I recommend using a controller, but if you really want keyboard, you can change key bindings from the main menu. If you do use a controller, keep in mind currently only Xbox 360 controllers are supported, and controller support for Linux is missing D-pad support. It is a known bug, and it is being worked on. Other minor things are missing, like character customization and audio elements. A strong hit on a weak enemy sounds and feels like a weak hit against a strong enemy, as does a block attack or an arrow in the face. There's currently no shop per se, but there is a way you can trade in your old gear for newer gear with a praying shrine type deal outside of your home. Not all RPG character archetypes are present either. Currently there's just a sword and shield warrior and a fire mage, with a frost mage currently in development. You can do basic things like roll to dodge an attack or hold up the shield to block and mitigate some damage. However, there's no talent tree or crafting system, but I feel like that's intentional as the focus is really on the dungeons. Where the game really shines for me isn't playing the dungeons, but creating them. The editor feels a lot like a 3D modeling program. It's simple enough to create a dank dungeon or vast forest, while also being powerful enough to set enemy patrol points, set traps, lock doors with specific keys, or control which combination of buttons is needed to open a door. You can put a lot of love and detail into your dungeons with it, and once the dungeon's finished, you can test it straight away with your own character, or publish it, opening it up for the world to play. The dungeons in Fight the Dragon aren't randomized, but are randomly selected from these created maps. There are several maps created by 3 Sprockets, but they're mostly tutorial levels just to get you into the game. While the community-driven maps is a neat idea, I feel like the sheer volume of maps being created might be too much. It'd be like playing Happy Wheels, but choosing maps at random. You can filter maps based on rating or age, but at some point hundreds or even thousands of troll maps filled to the brim with mini-bosses will squeak by. There is a report button, but who those reports get sent to, I'm not sure. I assume it's 3 Sprockets, who might someday collapse under the review process, much like YouTube did with copyright. I trust 3 Sprockets has figured something out and will implement it later on in the process. It is again only alpha, there's still beta to go through. Ultimately, your character will battle through lands unknown, collecting vast amounts of gear and leveling. Dungeons you've already played can be replayed, but they'll still be a challenge since the enemies scale with you in health and damage, but the rewards scale with you as well. Now, the thing with hack and slash games is being able to feel that your character has really grown in strength. That previous dungeon that was fairly difficult might be really easy after a few levels. It's always fun to go back and steamroll through it. But with dungeons scaling with you, where do you test your might? That's where the dragon comes in. Very early on, you can head into the dragon's lair. Doing so from your home drops you just outside of his platform, and within a few steps, you're in. The battle is absurdly difficult, and at the time of this review it hasn't been balanced very well, but the goal is for the dragon to be very difficult, forcing you to play to the best of your ability to stand even a chance. Due to the dragon's health being upwards of about 1 million, you're very likely to not win the first time, or even the first dozen times. It might actually take you hundreds of times to defeat it, but along the way you're being benchmarked, ranked against the world and rated against yourself. You can see the improvement your character has made and gives you a personal goal. The dragon's health never refills, so every time you chip away at its health, it gets you slightly closer to victory. What happens when you defeat the dragon? Well, you'll just have to see for yourself.